I love a good coffee. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I have actually made a couple of videos in the past, but from this point forward, I'm really going to take it seriously and actually have so much fun with you guys. So this is basically the first video of all of my fancy new videos coming, I guess. And I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a intro to who I am, my story, and why I've decided to actually finally give this a good hard go. If you don't know already, hi, my name is Ree, and I am I lie. I've been telling myself that I've been a self-love coach, but more and more lately I have realized that I'm more of an awareness and accountability coach. While I focus on self-love because self-love is the core of basically everything that we do, I realize that it all comes down to finding that awareness and accountability for you. Before I go any further, please, if you are a long-term fan on all other social media platforms, please give me a like and a subscribe. And if you don't know who I am, just wait until the end to give me a subscribe because you may not like me by the end of this, and that's okay. I want to share my story with you and how I've gotten to this point in my life. I believe I'm 27 this year. I lose count. Numbers don't matter. Age does not matter to me. We're going to start from when I was a teenager. In my teenage years, specifically in high school, I was bullied for my weight. I found out that I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I believe I've already done a video about this, so I can actually put it in the comments below for you, in the description, sorry. Yeah, so I was bullied. I had and still have PCOS. I had my first ever boyfriend during my high school years, and unfortunately he basically cheated on me, so that wasn't very fun. And also I had my mum and dad's divorce during my high school years, so I was hit with a couple of things. So after high school, it got heavy very, very quickly. With my mum and dad's divorce, we had to move out of our family home. And while that was all happening, I was actually sexually assaulted in my own home by a family friend. And I will make a video about this in the process and how I overcame it, because I'm okay now. I don't class myself as a victim anymore. But that was really rough. That was really, really rough. That was a massive hit to my self-love and self-worth at the time. And I just didn't really know what to do. And pretty much from that point forward, I started to really go down the depths of having no self-confidence and no self-worth. So after that occurred, I found what happened to be the love of my life, Ashley, who is currently my husband. However, we haven't been together that long. We were together for quite a short time, and we had to go our separate ways for personal reasons. I will probably do a video about that at one point, and I may bring Ashley in to explain what happened. But after Ashley and I had our little time together, which was amazing, but it just ended very quickly, I found myself into another relationship. And this relationship was a blessing in disguise, because a lot of the things that occurred in that relationship were massive lessons for myself, even though in the moment it felt like a disaster. I was extremely emotionally abused, and I felt like I was so controlled by what I was and wasn't supposed to do. And I found myself lying about little things in fear that I would be in trouble, where going back, I would now tell him what I wanted to do, and I wouldn't have cared what he said, because at the end of the day, it was my life. I don't want to go too much into each detail, because the details aren't what's important. It's just the fact that these are the things that I have overcome. And when I was with this fellow, I struggled again with my weight. I was doing very naughty things. I wasn't a very happy person. I was rebelling. I just didn't know what I wanted. I was doing everything I could just to feel loved. So basically, for a very long time, I was scared of being worthless, basically. And it was a struggle. It was a massive, massive struggle. And this carried on for 2.5 years. Halfway through, he actually broke up with me, and I was so in the pits of not feeling good enough and worthy that I begged for him to come back, and I would do anything, like do whatever it takes to have him back. I started this journey of being healthier and that kind of thing, and all of a sudden I was like 20 kilos lighter and I looked fucking incredible. And I soon realized by the end of it that I was actually doing it for me and I wasn't doing it for him anymore. And that was a big like, okay, this is crazy. I'm starting to actually feel confident, and it wasn't directed at him, it was really for myself. And then we broke up. Lo and behold, Ashley reappeared into my life, and a couple of months after that we actually started dating again, and soon after that we got engaged, and then 3 years I think it was down the track we got married. This year will be our 5th year married, which is crazy. It feels like it's such a blur. And for my career wise, I was actually a boudoir photographer. So if you've seen my face before, you may have seen me under the name of Terrific Capture, because I was a boudoir photographer and I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I loved doing boudoir photography. But at the end of the day, what I craved more was to help women feel beautiful from the inside out, rather than taking photos of them and then they feel beautiful in the photos and a month or two later forget how beautiful they felt in that moment and call themselves fat, ugly, miserable, whatever. I was like, how can I actually start helping women be more in their love and confidence and worth that's not photos? And I realized it was actually a beautiful friend of mine, Carissa Hill. She's a business coach, and she's a good friend of mine. And she was telling me, what if you became a coach? Because at the end of the day, you're so switched on when it comes to helping people and, you know, solving their problems and giving them tips and loving themselves and all that kind of thing. And at first I wasn't really into it. I was like, no, it's kind of the in trend at the moment. I really don't want to be a part of this trend, but it just naturally fell together. So after we got married, we moved into our own home, and there was a bottom floor that was a studio, and that was for my photography. But soon after that, I actually fell pregnant due to the whole PCOS and doctors telling me that I could never fall pregnant. So when a doctor tells you that you can't fall pregnant, are you sure? Are you really sure? Don't lose faith, but that's a whole nother topic. So yeah, I fell pregnant, and then I was really, you know, if you're a mum, you sit there and your life flashes before your eyes, and you're just like, oh, is what I'm doing actually sustainable? Having a child, you know, is that something I can really do? Is it going to allow me to have time with my child, etc., etc.? And I started to realize that photography just wasn't going to fit the dream life of my own. So I decided to close up and get rid of and sold all my studio equipment. The only thing I still have is my camera, obviously, because I enjoy photos and I will take photos of my family. And that's when I decided to delve into more of being a self-love coach. And now, here I am. I'm now in my own office, which I totally manifested, which I can't wait to share that story with you because I love manifesting. That's a whole nother topic. But yeah, my baby's now almost almost a year old. A month old. Oh my God, it feels like he's a month old. It's gone so fast. And yeah, so that's basically where I'm at now. And it's been such a crazy journey. Many, many lows and some awesome highs. I just wanted to share you a quick backstory on where I'm currently at. Just to also remind you that it doesn't matter where people have come from and your story, because it's just a process and you just got to enjoy the ride. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to ramble too much, which I feel like I already have, but that's okay. If you enjoyed my story and you kind of resonate with me and you've got this far into the video, I would really, really appreciate it if you liked the video, commented and let me know what you thought. If you had any questions that you'd like me to dive into about what I've already spoken about, I will definitely make a video for you. I've got many, many video topics sitting in my computer ready to go. And of course, if you want to become a long-term homie of mine, please hit the subscribe button so you can get to know me. And I hope through comments and maybe even social media, I can get to know you a little bit more. So thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Mwah, much love.